think Hoodle senses something.
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but... You sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, You know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Shionne. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but... I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shionne. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Dahna are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard!
This shall be a feast for the senses.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might be someone who could use our help.
I never thought about this until now, Alphen. But doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Right!
Leo Temple. Isn't that where Shionne was being held?
Shh! Wasn't it beautiful? I can't wait for this!
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Just great. Cheers!
Cheers!
What?
Nice try, you two. Better luck next time.
Never. Why?
Wait. Something's wrong.
I couldn't catch it. I'll always be alone. How could I... Oh, please. I'm so lonely.
Oh no. This is just like what happened before. Alphen!
I'm alone. I'm all alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time. I've got it!
Alphen?
Shionne, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And it wasn't just one bouquet either. there's also this one from me. So please, don't give up. We'll fight this together. Shionne!
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things? That said, it does make me feel better. Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go with it, so it wouldn't be lonely either.
You never cease to amaze me, Alphen. Seriously.
Feeling better now, Shionne?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it? Huh? Something smells nice.
It's probably the accessory I picked up earlier. It uses materials that put off a pleasing aroma.
Ooh, that sounds lovely. I'm jealous.
Want to try it on? I'm sure it'll look great on you.
Really? I'd love to.
What do you all say to taking the path less trodden for once?
Path? I don't see any path.
Do you mean that thing that looks like an animal trail? Path may be a generous term. I'm assuming you know where it leads?
My gut says to a bridge.
Hoodle says your gut's wrong.
Really? Well, it is definitely in the right general direction.
Not that main roads are necessarily danger-free, but he does have an uncanny knack for insisting on some strange and unique routes.
Alphen always did like a challenge. Can't say I appreciate some of the more daredevil ways he's taken us, though.
Like the landslide he insisted was a shortcut before disappearing off the edge? Nearly gave me a heart attack.
I'll say, yet the intrepid explorer looked as happy as a pig in muck.
Probably best we stick to doing our own orienteering in the future.
Hey, so what about this route then?
Maybe if we pretend we can't hear him.
Don't you think the path forward is fraught enough without making extra problems for ourselves? Maybe best to reel it back.
Good point. I say we stick to the main track like regular travelers for once.
Guys? I will break down this wall! Shionne, could we talk a moment?
I thought you had something to talk about. I was waiting on you.
Not really. Why? Should I leave you alone when I don't?
No, it's fine.
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other, didn't we?
To say the least. Hey,
What is it?
do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just if you wanna make dinner together. What did you think I meant?
Huh? Dinner? Dinner! Yes! Yes, of course! Dinner! Right.
What did you think I was talking about?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what did you have in mind?
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is... Wait. Is this?
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal we ever had together. Although I remember it not being well received when we had it.
You still remember that, huh? I'm sorry, Shionne.
I'm just teasing you, Alphen. I picked this recipe because it's easy to make, and I thought it would be a good choice for dinner, too. Anyway, let's get to work. With both of us making it, we should be finished in no time.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two of us.
Yeah, so much has changed when you look back on it. Well, I guess maybe not what we're eating, but still.
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense. Our meals are a whole lot better now.
True. We've both come quite a long way in the culinary arts.
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done. When Dahna is saved and our mission is finished, we'll probably still be sitting down to dinner like this, night after night.
Yep, I doubt that much will change. You've always got to eat at some point.
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't still be camping out.
Oh, no, not at all. I meant in a nice, warm house. One with a roof over our heads and a proper fireplace, instead of an open campfire.
And real chairs instead of these logs. Nice plates and silverware on a big dining table. Oh, and a proper kitchen. That'd be nice too.
And when it's time to fix dinner, we'll be in that kitchen.
Standing side by side.
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't think we'll be able to finish all this.
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake. I'd really hate to have to throw it away.
Side by side, huh?
Sorry if I'm a bit restless during the night. Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shionne's decision to revolt, the Dahnan uprising in Calaglia, the crown contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time. The fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
This shall be a feast for the senses.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Dohalim pancakes!
Huh?
Filled with equal parts compassion and passion, always ready to boldly rescue anyone from the perils of the munchies. Delectable, ineffable Dohalim pancakes! Get 'em while they're hot!
That's quite the sales pitch.
This is all new to me as well, I assure you.
Why, if it isn't Lord Dohalim himself! Care for a pancake, my lord?
Might as well have some while we're here.
Indeed. However, I'm not sure how I feel about eating my own visage in front of the populace.
At least let me show you how to make them! I'll also teach you the most important part, how to draw Lord Dohalim.
Oh, this sounds like pure gold. I'm game.
Hey, we should make some pancakes right now.
They were drawing Dohalim's face back there. That seems like a handy trick to keep in your back pocket.
The recipe's light on ingredients, and a little extra work could bring the flavor right out.
Great, then let's make some together. Our very own personalized pancakes.
Sure, I got this.
You're out, Alphen. I don't need spicy pancakes. You're out too, Kisara. You'd win easily.
Win what? Is it a competition?
Yes, a contest between me, Shionne, and Dohalim.
Wait, what? I'm more of an eating specialist.
You can say that again.
I accept any and all challenges.
Great, then I'll be the judge.
I can gather the ingredients.
Okay, then it's on.
Hey, what about me?
Maybe we'll have some luck finding what we need at the farm.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Right. Thanks.
Oh.
Whoa!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to find out once and for all whose pancakes reign supreme.
I guess he's emceeing now.
Let's hear some thoughts from Kisara, our judge.
Indeed. This is a highly eclectic group of competitors. I look forward to seeing what they produce for us today.
Expectations sure are running high. And here comes Shionne with her entry.
I applied all of my know-how to this, and put extra care into the visual presentation.
Well, that's bold.
Nothing wrong with Shionne holding her head high. Let's see how it tastes. What?
I mixed in some candy that tingles the tongue.
Oh, I see. It's creative. I'll give it that. But it's quite, a mouthful, as it were. It might be too sweet.
Well, I should hope so. I put in as much food and sugar as I could. It should provide 3 days' worth of nourishment.
3 days worth?
Our judge has been left stunned.
And not in a good way.
Now it's time for the Lord himself.
Here is what I made.
What the?
Dohalim pancakes!
I can't believe he actually did the art.
Go on, relish my crowning achievement to your heart's content.
Well, Don't mind if I do.
Not even a moment's pause.
Dohalim, there's some strange liquid leaking out of this.
Indeed. I gathered delicacies the world over and packed them all in. That's what makes my masterpiece so good. Pancakes are overrated anyways.
And you're out.
Defeat.
And just like that, his lordship is disqualified!
What do I do? I just made regular old pancakes. They're both just so eccentric. And mine is so... How am I supposed to follow their acts?
Rinwell, you're up!
Okay, I'm coming. Just putting on some finishing touches. Woo! Oh, Oodle. Ah! Your face! Whew. Are you sure? Well, okay. I'll never forget you, Hoodle. Yeah!
Huh?
Okay, made it. Here you go.
Oh no, you didn't. Never mind. Let's see what Judge Kisara thinks.
Let's see. It's nice and soft around the edges, and yet there's a hoodle face firmly imprinted in the middle. The contrast of fluffiness and firmness is simply fascinating. And there's a sweet texture that's nicely offset by the jam's tartness. That, and it's the strangest thing, it gives me this odd sense of ardor and conviction. I give this a perfect winning score.
Rinwell takes the title!
Looks like you reign supreme over pancakedom.
I don't understand. I thought I'd gotten the look and taste perfect. What could I have done wrong? Huh? Where's Kisara?
She took off running to burn off the food she ate.
I may have done her a disservice. I guess I was only thinking about what I personally would want to eat.
You know, these other ones are actually pretty good. I could go for more of this texture and salty sweetness.
I agree. Still, they pale next to Rinwell's pancakes.
Yeah, no question there.
In fact, I would love to partake in them again sometime. Hmm? Whatever gave it such a fright?
Don't worry about it. I'll draw all of your faces next time.
I can't wait.
You just draw them, right?
Doing some thinking?
Nah. It just occurred to me that our journey's been going for a while now.
Is it a wonder to you our group has held together this long?
Maybe. We've got Dahnans, Renans, a lord, a mage, and even a guy from another time. Yet here we all are, leaning on each other as travel companions. It's like a minor miracle.
If anything, I'd say it's proof. Proof that as long as we accept each other for who we are, we can all get along.
And with understanding comes togetherness. Yeah, we are more than enough evidence of that.
I've always had a thorny relationship with others. Quite literally, as it happens. I figured that it was easier to give up on intimacy, rather than having to go through all of the pain of rejection. I mean, is it any wonder I grew thorns around my heart, too?
But now...
Right. Now, I still have my thorns, of course. But they don't cover my heart. I know now that there is more than one way for people to relate to one another. It was you and everyone else here that taught me that. Everyone that you brought together, Alphen.
It wasn't just me. I mean, sure, I invited a few folks to join us, but swordsmanship's about all I have to offer. Everyone's taught and supported me just as much as I have them.
You see, that's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're fine just as you are. The bonds that you form with others, they shine more brightly because they're mutual. It's not just one bond for you. It's many, each with a heart of its own. That's what makes them special. I hope everyone isn't pushing themselves too hard.
Oh?
Right.
Okay, off we go.
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kind of pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
A pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah, it's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how come it feels like I'm walking around on hot nails?
You know, maybe this is a crazy solution, but you could just take your boot off and give it a shake.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. You're right. Phew. It's like I've been given a new lease on life. Thanks for the tip, Shionne.
Seemed kind of obvious, but you're welcome? That's the trouble with windy places. All that fine debris ends up getting into your hair and clothes.
Alphen, is it just me, or have you become extra sensitive ever since getting your sense of pain back?
Now that you mention it, the other night at camp, there was a fly buzzing around that annoyed him so much, he unsheathed the blazing sword.
So much for sensitive. That's just being a Mr. Cranky Pants.
Nothing new on that front, then.
What's the matter, Alphen? You look a little tense.
It's nothing, really.
He wants to get angry, but knows that doing so would only prove our point. Hence the building frustration showing plainly on his face.
Would you stop analyzing things for 1 minute?
Point taken.
Okay, off we go.
Isn't that Almadria's?
So this is where her ship drifted.
Then the one who wrote the letter is...
Alive, but badly wounded. I doubt many of the others have survived.
Let's survey the area.
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to fight it.
Okay, whose turn is it to cook today?
Nice try, Law. We all know it's your turn.
Damn, was I that obvious? All right, guess I'll get to it.
Wait, before you get started. Remember when the three of us fixed pancakes back on the farm?
I remember how weirdly proud you were of yours.
Wait, don't tell me you want a rematch.
Oh, no, nothing like that. It's just, I've been thinking about something ever since that day. I used every trick in the book to make the perfect pancake, and yet...
You're wondering why you lost, right?
Pretty sure it's because you pumped Isara here with enough sugar to give a Zoogle a...
Anyways, I've come up with a recipe, and was hoping you guys could taste them and tell me what you think.
All right. I'm up for round 2. Challenge accepted.
Wait, are we all doing this?
Come on. Shionne's clearly put a lot of work into this. I'm sure they'll be great. Right, everyone?
Thanks. Okay, wait here. I'll have them fixed up in just a few moments. Thanks for waiting, everyone. Here are your pancakes.
I can't wait. Let's see how they taste. Damn. The way these spices jump about in your mouth, you'd think they'd cancel each other out, but somehow they work brilliantly.
They're so sweet, I feel like they'll melt in my mouth. Every bite makes me feel like I'm in heaven.
Holy crap! These are so rich, just the way I like them! I can't stop stuffing them in my face!
You chose the perfect ingredients and heated them just enough to bring out their flavor. Amazing!
The presentation is simply exquisite, and they have such a pure, refined taste to them as well.
They're perfect!
Shionne, these pancakes are amazing.
Really? I'm so glad they turned out well.
Although, don't we all seem to have different impressions of how they actually taste?
You're right. It's like everyone was eating something completely different.
Here, let me take a bite of yours, Alphen.
It's true. I fine-tuned them to suit each person's unique tastes.
You did that for everyone's pancakes? That must have been a lot of extra work.
It was, but I learned something important in doing so. You see, I was so focused on trying to make something that I thought would please people that I forgot to consider who I was actually serving.
Here, water!
Thanks, Renwell. I thought I was a goner.
What's important as a cook isn't what I want people to feel about my food. It's about accommodating what they're looking for in a meal.
Well said, Shionne. I'm so proud of you for figuring that out. No recipe is complete without love and care for whoever's eating it. Those alone make a dish taste better than any spice could.
So one might say that what makes a meal are both those who prepare it and those who eat it, rather than the food alone. How insightful!
You've grown so much as a cook, Shionne. I have nothing left to teach you.
Oh, thank you, Master. Thank you so much.
This is such a beautiful island.
Yet it's just as full of Zoogles as everywhere else on Dahna.
The fact there appears suggests people must have come here in the past, though.
The reason they're gone is simple. The Renans put all of the Dahnans to work on the crown contest after they conquered the planet.
So there would have been nobody left to enjoy the view here after the Great Conquest. Once this whole thing is over, we'll have to all come back here together so we can appreciate it. Did I say something weird?
No, I was just impressed you came up with such a good idea for once.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? I'm surprised to see you up reading so late. What have you got there?
Oh, it's a book about magic. I was hoping I'd reach the end of this chapter before I went to bed.
I'm impressed you can read all that tiny text without drifting off.
It's easy. Honestly, the subject is so interesting, it keeps me wide awake. Although I have to admit, the more I read this book, the more I realize just how much I still have to learn. I hate not knowing it all, so it pushes me to keep learning as much as I can so I can be a real expert.
So that's why you're studying by the campfire every night, huh? You've really changed, Rinwell.
Really? I don't feel like it.
Remember how you used to be when we first met in Calaglia?
Sure, but that's because I was still hiding a lot from you guys. Am I really all that different aside from that?
Definitely. It's the difference between a rock and the sun.
Are you saying I used to be like a rock? That's not something you should use to describe a girl, Alphen.
My bad. But the comparison is still apt. You used to not be open with us about your magic at all. And now look at you.
Well, I guess you may have a point. I used to hate studying magic because my parents made me do it. And after everything that happened, I felt like it brought nothing but trouble. But now, I don't think it's so bad after all. Maybe I really have changed more than I thought. All magic is simply astral energy combined with knowledge. It's neither good nor bad by itself. It all depends on how you use it. Saying it out loud, I guess I finally made peace with it.
I think you have Law to thank for that.
What? Why him?
I mean, he was kind of the one who...
Nope, he's got nothing to do with it. None, zilch, nada, nothing.
If Law heard that, he'd be pretty bummed, you know.
You're crazy. I don't see why he would be.
Are you saying you rather he wouldn't be? I'd say the fact you can get so worked up about things now is another sign you've changed.
Sounds like someone wants me to put on a little magic show.
All right, all right. I'll take my leave before I say anything else that might get me into trouble. Just make sure you aren't staying up too late, okay?
Ugh, I'm not a little kid anymore. Yeesh. Though actually, it felt kind of nice hearing that. I wonder why. Woo! Night, everyone. I want to go back to bed.
It's you.
Lord Dohalim?
I figured I'd find you here, Kelzelik.
You knew he'd be here?
The handwriting on the note was all too familiar to me.
Did you come all the way out here to mock me, or have you changed your mind about putting me to death?
What if I had?
You have no right. You who abandoned your lordly duties and chose to fraternize with embeddeds of all people! And for what? How could someone as powerful as yourself turn your back upon the crown contest?
Not this again.
I ran from this once, but I must face it now. The crown contest was never for me. I apologize for dragging you along, but I do not regret my choice in the slightest. Listen to me, Kelzelik. People change. They can change given time, and regardless of their race. I know you're a capable man. You could do so much for others if you were so inclined.
Me? Impossible. It's too late for me. Death. Death closes in on me wherever I go.
What?
That's Almetrius.
Is she alive too?
It's death!
Has this thing become even more ruthless?
There's nothing more fearsome than a wounded beast.
Especially without its master.
Well, I'm not leaving it to its own devices. That'll bring you down.
Go for the weak point!
Alpha! Double demon fang!
By the power of water!
Crush!
Take this!
Chinese supernova!
Now you see what I can do!
Raging cascade!
Sword Rain Alpha!
In a bind?
Sword Rain Alpha!
Magic
Not today!
missile!
Catapult!
Radiant blade!
Infernal Torrent!
Will this help? This'll come in handy. Healing circle!
Okay, here I go.
Wind astrolin!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps the only reason to tell you?
I really don't.
Now you see what I can do!
A wailing banshee of light! Arctic! Come through! Mega ray!
Nothing gets by me! Of regeneration! Regenerate!
The water!
Devastation! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Can't get out of this!
Here I come! Devastation!
In here!
Here!
Hurricane Rumble!
Rending you apart! Bloody howling!
That'll bring you down! Lightning orb! Alright, it's
Elucidity!
Magic missile!
Radiant
Laser! Blah blah blah! Air thrust! Blah blah blah!
Double demon fang!
Here I go!
In a bind?
Burn it!
Looks like you got this one covered!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Illuminate the dark!
Double demon fang!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Lightning orb! Raging cascade!
I'm ready to go!
Double me! In an instant! Impact block!
A chain between heaven and
Sword
earth!
denied! Tornado drive!
Double demon! Sword Rain Alpha!
Can't get out of this!
I'll heal you all!
Watch yourself.
Incredible power!
Now it's let loose. Sorry to trouble you.
Magnificent!
Not on my watch!
Pierce through!
First aid!
Not today!
Back into the fray!
Behold! The Earth's pulse! Tectonic fission! I can carve through walls!
Raging storm!
Swallow blade!
Celestial runner!
Double demon fang! Stunner!
Searing flare! Outstanding
Can't
form!
get out of
Right,
this!
watch out! Spurt
Try harder!
Carve radiant flare! Crossblade! Rise and shine! Dance, immortal droplet! Resurrection!
Shattering! I'll bring you down!
You're mine!
I'll save
You!
Thunder!
Leave the charges to me!
Here's the healing force!
Yours to be let range! Ignite!
Searing tempest! And now God's will!
Sword Rain Alpha! Double
Take
demon fang!
this!
Holy run! One more through wall!
Double demon fang!
Demon Lash!
Sword Rain Alpha!
By the power of
Begin!
Sword Rain Alpha!
in your dream! Lightning!
Shattering up pieces! Attack time! Soaring blast!
This one is almost in the back! Got it!
You picked the wrong
Now
fight!
watch them!
Swallow blade!
Take
Sword Rain
this!
Alpha!
No further!
Finish with us! Blah blah blah!
Infernal Torrent!
Shine!
Double
Radiant
demon
light!
fang!
Pulse of regeneration!
Thunder!
Regenerate!
Now I can let loose!
The water!
Swallow blade!
Annihilation!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Anything in armor is all
I'm out of
mine!
ammo!
Such unadulterated fury.
I'll be saving this one!
Rotating pile!
Devastation!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
There.
Would you come with us? We can take you someplace safe.
To where? Where could I possibly be safe from that?
What are you talking about? We already took care of the monster.
No! Death is immortal by its very nature. Even now it haunts me. It hounds me. The silver death curses me incessantly with its many faces, many voices. Don't follow me. Leave me be. Leave me alone! Ah!
What's happened to him?
Whatever it is, it seems we have read the situation wrong.
He spoke of a silver death. Do you think he could be referring to the people back in Vicente that he hollowed?
He did so at Almadria's urging. I'm sure that somewhere deep down, he felt guilt and remorse for what he did. It was easy to blame it all on Almadria while she was alive. But now that she's gone, he has no one left but himself to blame for his own misdeeds. He's alone with his guilt on this island.
But it sounds like he lacked the mental fortitude to endure it.
Makes sense. Sounds like just desserts to me.
Almadria's monsters had nothing to do with it then.
So he was a Renan, yet he regretted his part in the Dahnan's persecution. And now he's beyond help.
Should we really just wash our hands of him, though?
To be honest, it seems like he's punished himself far more than any punishment we could hope to mete out. Dohalim.
If I hadn't met all of you, No, even after that. If I hadn't accompanied you on this journey, it's entirely possible that might have been me.
But you did. You're here with us now. And you didn't stumble upon redemption, Dohalim. This is the path you chose for yourself.
Yes, I suppose it is.
I felt better, that's for sure.
Oh-ho! Oh-ho-ho-ho-ho! Oh-ho!
This shall be a feast for the senses.
Hey, Shionne. Got any requests for supper tonight?
Me? Not really. I'm fine with just about anything. Everything you cook is delicious.
Well, thank you. Seeing you devour my food makes all the work I put into it well worth it.
Do I look that eager to you?
Nothing wrong with that. We all have to eat to survive. It makes me happy to see people eat their fill on what I fix.
I'm not sure how to respond to that.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
It's like we've assembled every single owl in Dahna.
You know, looking at them all, I think we very well may have. Talk about a spectacular sight.
Yeah. His Majesty and Her Majesty both seem pleased as well.
When she's all alone, her thoughts drift to sad places. I did all this so that she could have lots of friends and live happily ever after.
Hey, I get a little grumpy sometimes.
I'm interpreting for the owls, not talking about you.
Well, at least Hootle isn't alone anymore, right?
Right. Hey, Hootle? Hootle, I think you should stay. If you keep traveling with us, it's going to be constant fighting, and you'll be put in a lot more danger. But this is a safe place, filled with lots of friends for you. Plus, you can learn lots of new stuff with friends. Just like all the new things I've gotten to learn since I met Alphen and everyone else. All I could teach you was to jump from twig to twig. But now look at you. You're soaring to new heights. You can go wherever you want on your own now. So, stay here and be with your friends, okay?
Are you sure about this?
Hey, I didn't mean for you to.
It's okay. I've made up my mind. We stuck with each other for as long as we did because we had no one else to depend on. Now, it's for the best we stay among our own kind. Take care of yourself, Hootle. Hootle? Hootle, no! Your friends are that way! Why can't you understand?
I think he's trying to say, I don't abandon my friends. Oodle has his own wings. If he wanted to leave, he could have left whenever he wanted to.
He can come back to this place whenever he wants to. But right now, what he wants is to be with you.
It's true that his own kind is here, and he knows that. But he won't know if you'll always be around, Rinwell.
But, I mean...
I think he's asking you whether you really want him to go.
No! Of course I don't really want him to go! Hootle's the only family I have left.
Then it's settled.
Hootle has a place to go home to whenever he wants, and that'll never change things between you.
Are you sure about this, Hootle?
Take care of our friend.
I pray your journey is a safe one.
Okay, enough already.
Thank you. Try to be nice to one another, your majesties.
Well, what's the answer?
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we'll both take care of each other.
I meant the owl's answer.